Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
This is our episode for October 30th, 2018.
Tanner Nagel makes his way through center. Nagel, left wing across the path, blue line, buried by Parker Gavlis. What a hit! Connor Horning gets to center, dump in off a stanchion, almost right to Ben King. Put it off a skate, loose side of the goal, backhand attempt. What a save for Paddock!
Wow.
Just a couple of tough bounces.
Malcolm off centers though for Marco Creta. His pass up the middle. He'll find Garrett Wright on a break shot. Save, rebound, they score. Garrett Wright follows it up all the way in.
Position that buries Clayton and takes the block.
Okay, so we are starting a homestand here. We'll do our weekly review of our games here. So we'll start with the Medicine Hat game. This was kind of a weird game. To me, I don't want to say Paddock lost us this game, but it just shows how much we rely on a good game from Max Paddock. And when he doesn't have it, this is kind of the way these games might go. He just looks shaky. Actually, both goaltenders look shaky this game. 13 total goals, I think, proves that. But both Paddock and Hollett, they just did not look on, which is odd because we've seen some really good goaltender battles in our own house. But this was a weird game.
Yeah, like in the first period there, Hollett was kind of like a fish out of water there. Like he was flopping all over the place, and I was like, oh man, this might be, a good omen for us.
Well, it was. We were up 3-2 at one. We were up 3-2 at one point too. Like, and that's the hardest part about that game was it looked okay at one point, and then it just spiraled out of control. It was really too bad.
And we scored 4 goals, 5-on-5. Like we finally put the puck in the net, 5-on-5. And that's one of the things that's really been hurting us, unable to generate scoring 5-on-5, and we finally get it. But then the penalties and the penalty kill, it was just terrible.
Well, we had 6 penalties and gave up 4 goals on the.
Yeah,
it's almost like,
mind you,
it gets to the point where we take a penalty and you're just like, well, here we go. There's such a good chance that they're going to score. It's so discouraging.
Yeah, and then they weren't all on Paddock, but there was a couple that I thought he should have had. But the first one was tipped, second one was a screen, third was a bad rebound, and then the one goal, that late one, looked like it was off the guy's hand.
Yeah,
somehow they.
Yeah. And I'm not saying they were all soft goals, but when he's a little bit off, the results show it. We really rely on him to play really well and bail us out, it feels like.
Yeah, hold the fort down back there for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, you score 5 goals and you still lose, but you give up 8. Man,
that was tough.
That did not. That was a tough. Yeah, that felt like out of the 3 games this weekend, that was kind of the X factor. But I was hoping for something a little bit better than that.
Yeah, and it's not like we played bad in that game either. We played decently. It's just the penalties and just couldn't kill any of them off. I know in that 5-on-3 there should have been a hooking call against on Pierce. He went to clear it and he got hooked bad, and then I can't remember who took the puck. One of our guys took it and then he put it over the boards, right? So that's instantly 5-on-3, and which it shouldn't have been. It should have been a penalty on Medicine Hat, and that was a tough non-call,
Yeah.
But it was we just couldn't kill a penalty that night. So
no. So then on to PA. I'll be honest, I didn't see this game. It was the same night as the Rider game that I went to, and then I just didn't really have a chance to see it. I'll let you take that game.
Yeah, I'm not the Rider fan, so I hunkered down for the PA game, which we knew it wasn't going to be great. And then you seen Dean McNabb getting the start, which, he's looked all right for us so far. But yeah, the PA's transition game is fast.
Yeah.
We coughed up a couple pucks in the neutral zone, and it was just instantly odd man rush. We coughed up the puck a minute 30 into the game, and it was in the back of the net.
Mm-hmm.
They look good. They look like we did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Skill, the fast.
They're deserving of the number one seed.
Yeah, it's the best team I've seen so far this year.
Yeah.
And shots post in, nothing McNabb could even do. You know what I mean? It was, they looked quite good. So, and we had a couple chances, but we didn't generate much scoring chances at all.
Do you know what I did like looking at the stats? We had 3 penalties.
Yes, that was.
Hey, if we got to take something, that's pretty encouraging out of a team that's way more skilled and faster and going to be usually in better position. To only take 3 penalties, that's pretty good. I don't know if it was the officiating, but I mean, that's not our trend this far. So
yeah, exactly. You expect a team faster than you, and you're going to get in those holdings. But
yeah, exactly.
I watched the game, but I didn't pay that much close attention to it. It was, I knew it was going to be ugly, and it was 3-0 after the first, and then it was 6-1 after the second, But you got to throw out, shout out to Garrett Wright for getting his first. He kind of had a breakaway.
Yeah.
And it got off the rebound. Ian Scott made the first save, but he stuck with it and jammed home the rebound, so that was good for him. In the first goal we had, Henry, it was a great pass by Sonneveld from our blue line to the other blue line, and Pratt chipped it in while he took a hit. Listerson picked it up and then passed it over to Henry, and he was wide open for a backdoor one-timer, wide open net. So that was a really nice goal. It was really nice.
Good. So a few okay high points, or I don't know if you want to say high points.
Yeah.
But some bright spots.
And then we gave up a couple shorties though. That was tough.
Yeah.
But PA's penalty kills #1 in the league. They're over 90% killing penalties,
which is just phenomenal.
They've given up 6 power play goals all year, and not only are they doing that well, they've scored 9 shorthanded goals, so they're +3 on the penalty kill. That's unreal.
I've never even considered that as a statistic. Your plus minus on the penalty kill, and they're positive. Yeah. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, unreal.
That's not even something you ever think of. So, no. Yeah, they're going to be a fun team to watch over the year, I think, to watch watch some of that skill. So when they do come to town, it might be worth going, even if it's a bit of a beatdown bloodbath. But I mean, you got to appreciate junior hockey for what it is, and you get to see some of the teams like that. That might be fun. So
yeah, I think they shut it down a bit in the third. We had a little pushback. I think that was more of them just coasting.
Yeah.
In the third period there, but they've got up and down the lineup. They've got an excellent goalie.
Yeah,
Ian Scott. He joined the Marlies on their AHL championship run last spring. Yeah. So he didn't play in the game, but he was around the team, probably practicing all the time. That's invaluable experience right there.
Absolutely, just being around professionals, I think, can really help a guy. So.
So, but I didn't expect any less of the game or any more, really. It was going to be a tough game from the get-go, and it was. But 6-2, it wasn't the worst game we've seen ever. So
we only mustered 21 shots. So.
It was tough going getting things happening there.
Yeah. So it was kind of we were talking about the time frame too here. So rolling into the Swift Current game at 4:00 in the afternoon. You're up in PA. Game ends around, let's say, 9:30. I say best case scenario, you're getting out of the rink getting on the bus by what 10:30.
Yeah, I'd say 10:30.
And then
they probably got food ready on the bus, so shower, get your crap together, and get out.
So when you're on the bus from PA, at least 5 hours we think. They just roll a little bit slower, 4 to 5.
I don't know. What did we figure?
We figure you're probably getting home, like to your billet or whatever, around 3:30.
Say 3.
Closing your eye, like I know they probably slept a bit on the bus, but that's a rough night. And you got to get up. We figured they'd probably skip morning skate, a bit of a warm up, and then right into a game. Luckily, a Swift Current, boy, I know we're not good, but man, they're bad. They are not a strong team. They just look discombobulated out there. And even watching Hofer, man, the guy, he doesn't even look like he cares. It's only a few games. Like, it's going to be a long season for them.
Yeah, they did not look good at all. Oof. Like, so we're not very good. We're second last in the standings right now in the whole league.
But there's a big gap between last place and second last, though.
There is. It's like you can see the difference Regina to PA, but then you can see the difference from Regina to Saskatoon. Yeah. And it's almost the same gap. You know what I mean? Like, we absolutely dominated them. Like you could see in the third period, they just shut it down. Our mishmash, third line, second line, whatever we had going there, was just skating circles around them like it was a power play.
But really, the game was only 1-0 after the first.
Yeah, we kind of poured it on in the second,
right?
And then, and that's good to see. Like, being a 3-3, having that jump, and then even in the third period, we did not let up like PA did Saturday night. We kept the foot down in the third period, which is really nice to see.
I think the guys, they didn't want to. They were having fun. It was a fun game to be at. Like, it was fun, the shots and a bit of a fight, I'm sure they do. And they were scoring goals, and it was probably fun for them.
And they know in the back of their mind, we haven't won at home yet, and
let's give them a show.
They really want to put on a show, right? So,
and you could just see guys playing differently, like gaining confidence. People that weren't normally really that noticeable, like Pierce. Had an awesome game.
The penalty kill, like, you expect him just to dump the puck down. Well, all of a sudden he's going in, getting a scoring chance, and there's a rebound there, and Mahovlich scores shorthanded.
Who are these guys? They're grinders. They're scoring goals shorthanded.
Cool. Instead of just dumping it down and getting off, they're actually, take it in, going for a scoring chance. Like, we haven't seen that all year.
Paddock played really good. I didn't know they're not a great team, but he still had some great saves.
Yeah.
Would have loved to seen a shutout. That would have been really the cherry on top, but we'll have to wait. We had 2 players with 2 goals, so I'm sitting there with that hat that I bring. I'm not going to bring it many times this year, but so I bring a hat to games. I brought it almost every game last year. I missed the one that Mahura scored his hat trick. And I hadn't started yet when Oxenden scored his, so then I started bringing it after that.
That's because nobody threw the hat, so we're like, okay, we got to bring a hat for the game.
Yeah.
Because nobody threw a hat. That was early in the season. I remember that. Yeah. We're like, okay, we got to bring a hat or throw a hat.
Yeah. So brought one all last year, never got to throw it because I wasn't there for the Mahura game. And then this year, I'm like, so I brought it to this Swift Current game because I thought if we're going to score, it'll be this game. And just about.
That was close.
Lots of goals, but no hatties, so that's too bad.
Yeah, like Alkamov, he looked good with 2 goals, 2 nice tips.
Yeah.
I watched the replay there of the highlights. Both of them were going wide by the looks of it, and he tipped them in. Like, great play there. And
get some of these guys going. He was like bumped down to the 4th line, so
he
get him
had
some confidence back, and yeah. We still took some penalties, but they were kind of weak penalties through that whole game. There was some, like, Henry's cross check was kind of weak, and they weren't terrible penalties, I thought. They were bad in the sense they got called, but they weren't horrible plays or anything like that. So, a good game. We didn't, unfortunately, we'll get into our injury talk here. We didn't come out of this weekend unscathed.
No, it was a rough weekend, I think.
It's going to hit our depth here, yeah. So, well, let's start with the positive news. It seems like Puto is back. He's going to be...
Yeah.
He's back, so could we be expecting him even on Friday?
I think so. Like, it says he's returned from injury, so...
Yeah.
As of today, Tuesday, he's going to be in the lineup, so...
Maybe he'll just be practicing, or he'll be third pairing or something. But he's back on the team, so that's good. But
who knows? He could be playing forward by the looks of it.
Like, yeah, well, in that Swift Current thing. So let's start with the top here. Nyhoff out.
Yeah. Nyhoff, day to day. It says so. That's better than indefinite from last week.
Right. No, I mean, injury reports are never really too in-depth or clear, but I don't know what it was.
It looked like shoulder, maybe.
Do you think so?
Like, he took that hard hit, like, right at the boards there, so
yeah.
I'm not too sure. You know, you'd never know. They don't release anything, so.
Right.
And then Saturday night.
Yeah, so Holmes is undetermined length of time.
Yeah, and indefinite again. Somebody said he was in a knee brace on Sunday again in the rink. So I watched the game, but I didn't see anything. I didn't notice it. Mind you, like I said, I wasn't watching super close to the game. So,
gosh, I hope that'd be a setback. He was really playing well.
Yeah, I thought so as well. Yeah,
a tough one. And then of course Morso went down in that Swift Current game pretty hard in the corner. It didn't. I don't think the hit or anything was dirty.
No.
But he hit those boards with a thud. Seems like it could be something concussion wise, and now he's indefinite return
and
too.
He's had concussion problems in the past, so that's not good either.
Yeah, so that's scary.
One thing to make note of that injury, though, so they were wearing the pink helmets, right? So I was like, I wasn't gonna bid on them, but I'm like, if I ever needed a helmet, I need another helmet for hockey or whatever, could have got a cheap helmet.
Yeah.
They ended up coming with the visor, so the visor was worth like $100. Yeah. But the thing is, the helmet isn't like the good ones. It's like one of the cheaper models. So I don't know, I don't know if that, obviously all helmets are safe for play, but I mean, they had just the ones with the foam inserts. They didn't have like the memory foam or the soft, comfortable helmets. Like when I bought a new helmet a couple of years ago, I spent the money and got, the top of the line one because it's the most comfortable.
Yeah.
And they definitely weren't the top of the line helmets. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it.
The way, from where we were sitting, we couldn't see him.
It was right in front of us, but he went down hard, right?
Yeah. So I hope everything's okay. But unfortunately, that leaves us down 2 centers.
Yeah.
They started that game, it looked like Lesician was double shifting first and fourth line.
Fourth line, yeah.
And I don't know who moved into center. Was it Pierce or was it Wright? I don't know who ended up. It'll be interesting to see the lineups on Friday.
Mahovlich was in the center for a bit there. I can't remember exactly now, but yeah, we're down 2 centers. So
at least they have a week to practice a bit and get a guy.
Yeah, so
maybe get one guy into center and Lesician double shift again. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how many more faceoffs that guy can take. You see the stats, and he's taken half our faceoffs, and he's won. Now he's down to 67%, but he's won half of our faceoffs. He's just unreal. So he's put the Pats number 1 in faceoffs in the whole league. So that's not the stat you want to be leading the league in, but I mean it's better than nothing. So,
Yeah,
at least
certainly...
we're not losing all their face-offs and giving up even more scoring chances, stuff like that, right? So,
right. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the lineups come Friday and this weekend. See what they do. See what John and Dave can figure out there. So
yeah, I don't know if maybe somebody will get called up. If we need another forward.
True.
If we're
down
3 forwards, that's not good at all.
Yeah.
But
so speaking of which, going on to this week's games, Edmonton on Friday. It's Edmonton, Saskatoon, right?
Yeah.
So Edmonton Friday, Saskatoon Saturday. One of the things we've been missing, I think, is letting you guys know who to keep an eye out for the other teams. So Edmonton, you have the second leading scorer in the WHL, Trey Fix-Wolansky, coming in. So do you know his number off the top of your head? Probably not.
No, I don't know what number he is.
It's got a long name bar, so just look for the guy with a long name.
Yeah, and he's a smaller guy. Like he's flying around though. Like he sounds like he controls the play. He's their main guy. Yeah. Everything runs kind of through him. So
yeah, Edmonton's sitting at 9-7. They're kind of a funny team this year. They started off hot and then went cold. So it could depend on who shows up on Friday.
Yeah, like I looked at that. They started 5-2, and then they went 0-8. They had 8-game losing streak, including their 5-game US trip. And then they came back from that.
Wow.
8-game losing streak, yeah. Huh. And then after that, they've won their last 4, including 3 last weekend. So they're they're kind of on a hot streak right now.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so
depends who shows up.
Yeah, a couple other guys I wanted to mention on Edmonton was Jake Neighbors. He's number 21.
Okay.
He's their 16-year-old, and he's got 14 points in 17 games. Like he sounds like he's a good young prospect. So. I don't know what line he plays on. We'd have to see once the lineup comes out. But yeah, he looks real good. So he was a high pick for Edmonton there because they've been down the last couple of years. So they've had some high picks.
Cool. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, and then Quinn Benjafield is the other one. He's number 14. He's been hot the last couple of games here. He's 5 goals, 3 assists in his last 4 games. So I think he might play with Fix-Wolansky. So
okay,
but yeah, that's what I got jotted down with these guys here. So they're on a hot streak here. So
yeah, both these games this weekend are going to be good challenges. Saturday is actually Friday is the Sask Milk Cup giveaway night, whatever the hell that means. So. Get early, I don't know if it'll come with milk in it or not, but here's a nice warm cup of milk.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Saskatoon coming in Saturday. Another, I don't know if they're quite living up to the expectations. They're doing okay, but certainly a challenging team. Guys to look out for with them.
I think number one's got to be Kirby Doc.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he's
right up.
What's he rated? He's one of the top skaters.
Yeah.
Going into the
draft.
I
think he looks like could be top 10 pick, if not higher than that. So
yeah, so that's kind of cool. Get to watch him as a younger player. Potentially going quite high in the NHL draft.
Yeah, then Dawson Davidson looks like he's had a real good season so far for them.
Yeah, former Pat.
Yeah. And then maybe a couple other guys on forward to check out is Eric Florchuk and their new guy, Gary Hayden, they just picked up from Medicine Hat. So he's had a couple goals already with them. So the one thing with the Saskatoon game, though, although it's a Saturday, it's Saskatoon's 3rd game in 3 nights. So
okay.
Yeah, they're at home on Thursday night, and then they're in Moose Jaw Friday, and here Saturday. So
I wonder what they'll
that's
do.
kind of
I wonder what they'll do. They'll probably after Moose Jaw.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd go home or what.
It's not that
far.
far.
I don't know. No.
I bet you they'd probably go home.
Yeah, so I mean their goalie's pretty good too. I'm trying to think of his name offhand, but their young goalie as well. I don't know what their goalie situation will be with the 3-3 this weekend, but
they might see us as the easier game and put in the younger guy. Oh, well, that's maybe something we can take advantage of. I don't know. We do have some talent on our team.
Oh yeah, Nolan Meyer. Yeah. Okay, so that's Well, he's the young guy, even though he's the good guy. They've got a 19-year-old backup. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Nolan Meyer. He looked really good last year. I remember watching. We had struggled against STOON last year, even in the second half of the season.
We did. We did. Yeah, they played us hard. Gave us.
Well, that's why they made. Drawing another blank. That's why they traded him. Traded their other goalie to us in the.
Kubik, yeah.
Kubik, yeah, right. Because Meyer was definitely playing a lot more than he was, so they said, "Yeah, sure, take him," right? So.
Yeah, Saskatoon could be a bit of a buyer coming up too. It could be scouting some of our players here.
Definitely.
They have a few holes to fill. I mean, they're going to end up they have to make a decision. Do they want to play up against PA, right? Is this the time to make a run? Like, you basically have to build a team to beat PA right now.
Yeah, like PA looks good just the way they are. They'll probably add, at the trade deadline, but just the way they are, man, they look real good.
Yeah.
So, but you never know what will happen. There could be some injuries or something, right? So.
Yeah. Well, let's just roll into our around the league, talk about some other teams. I just noticed the Team WHL for the Russia-Canada mini-series or whatever they call it. Quite a few PA players. You got Ian Scott, their goalie. Parker Kelly, Ford. Saskatoon, Kirby Doc, as we mentioned. The guy, so Trey Fix-Wolansky from Edmonton. Moose Jaw actually had quite a few guys. They have 3 players on there. Jet Wu, Almeida, and Josh Brook.
Okay.
Are all on that team.
They got a couple of young guys on that team, like Doc, and I think there's another 17-year-old on that team. I was kind of like, I mean, I don't know if they're going to go to camp in December as well or what. Like, because you got to be, like, Doc is good, but I mean, like, is he going to make it as a 17-year-old? Like, there's no chance, right?
Yeah.
Like,
to World Juniors, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because they use this for, pre-World Junior camp kind of scouting, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I thought maybe Lecition would get a shot at that or something, but for them to bring a couple 17-year-olds was kind of like,
Yeah. And I always hear this stuff's a little political too, right? Like, it's not always who you sometimes think should be there. So
like it was hard for guys to make it as 18-year-old. You look at Steele got cut 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Cody Glass got cut last year as an 18-year-old, and you're bringing in some 17-year-olds. Like, unless you're Sidney Crosby, I don't think you're making it as a 17-year-old. Like, very, very, very few 17-year-olds have made it. So, but I know. I thought Lecition, because man, I've always enjoyed his game. Like, he's got a complete game, and now you can see him. He's putting up points as well as playing responsibly defensively and winning all these face-offs. Like, he's a complete player.
Yeah.
He didn't have the numbers the last couple of years, injuries and literally third line center all the time, right?
Yeah,
because we had
overshadowed a little bit.
Yeah, we had Steele and Brooks and all that, right? So
yeah,
but playing on a relatively poor team, and he's still putting up a point a game and stuff like that. So
and like you said, his face-off ability.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
So I thought he'd have a chance. I thought Henry maybe would be a long shot, but I guess not. Neither of them. But if they stay hot, they might get an invite. You never know. So
yeah. Good. Anything else you noticed from around the league this week?
I was looking at kind of the standings. That the U.S. division, man, that's quite a hot division. Like all the teams are over 500.
Yeah.
So, like the U.S. division was pretty solid last year, and they're just continuing that as well. Like you got Everett in first at 10-5. And then you got Portland in fifth at 7-6 and a shootout loss. So technically they're 500.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's over 500.
Yeah.
So
and
I just kind of like.
And they play each other a lot, and they beat each other up a lot, and they go.
Yeah, they do play
there.
each other a lot too, right? With one less team in the division. So.
And whatever team comes out of there, they're good. So.
Yeah. Well, even look at last year, all 5 teams made the playoffs, and Tri-City won 2 rounds in the BC division, right? They crossed over, and I picked them in the Dub Network playoff pool. Like I picked Tri-City the first 2 rounds. They won it. I figured they would. So
yeah,
the BC division, it's been kind of hit and miss. Vancouver's up there in first, and Victoria's kind of coming back down to earth after that hot start.
Yeah.
And Kamloops, Prince George, and Kelowna all been kind of middling. So so that's
right
kind of what I noticed. Not that we're going to see those teams too often, but kind of keep an eye on that U.S. division because we don't talk about them much, but they look good. So
yeah. Okay, what do you expect this weekend? What are you thinking?
2 games. Ooh, these are going to be 2 tougher games. I don't know.
I think we can split.
Get one. Yeah, I don't know what.
I think we beat Saskatoon.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the third game of 3. That's you don't know what you're going to get out of some teams that way, right? So. Edmonton, I don't know. They've been hit and miss too, right? They've had that long losing streak. They've been hot lately. I don't know. Maybe they're going to start a new losing streak. One would be nice.
Yeah,
it would be tough. A tough 2 games, but
even entertaining games.
Yeah,
that'd be okay. Even. Yeah.
So
good. I picked up my hoodie. Anyone who hasn't seen, I don't know what the status, if they still have them or not, but they released these hoodies, 22 fresh hoodies that are based off of those Memorial Cup Friday night special jerseys. And so I cashed in my Christmas present already on one. They're a little pricey, $85. I don't usually like to spend that much on a hoodie, but as soon as you linked it to me and showed it to me, I was like, I bought it. Within a minute,
I wasn't hesitating this time.
Yeah,
we missed out on the maroon ones last year. Were pretty nice.
Yeah.
And
so
this one was like, nope, I'm not passing up this. And same thing, I cashed in my Christmas/birthday present this year. So, but my girlfriend's gonna make me hold out.
I had mine on as soon as I got it home. Yeah. They're really
I didn't
nice.
even open the package because I knew she was just like, nope. Give it to me. I'm wrapping it, and you're not touching it until Christmas.
That's too bad.
So, yeah, unfortunately, but oh well.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Yeah.
So anyone that saw the original mock-up, it had like these weird lines on it and stuff like that. That's not on the actual one. It's just it's that nice blue with. I do wish it was like an actual crest. That would have really taken it over the top, but it's all just silk screened. but it's that nice blue with like kind of that off-white kind of cream. It's really nice.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah,
it's sharp. It's gonna. That's one of my. I have a lot of hoodies, and that's definitely up there as one of my favorite.
Well, we might have to spice it up a bit with a Memorial Cup patch.
You know, there were still some patches left too, so I bought one, and I thought, well, maybe I'll stick it on. It just, I don't know, like the subdued look of that hoodie, like it's that nice blue, and the kind of creamy. It's just like a nice, and when you put the patch by it, it just is like it pops a little bit too much. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
It doesn't quite fit in. It was my idea too. Yeah, to put it on the sleeve or something, but. Maybe I might just end up putting that patch on my replica. We'll see. I'll keep bidding on those game worns though. I skipped Hyman's. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't bid on it.
My girlfriend knows the guy who won that.
Oh, really?
So we see him after the game on Sunday, or we didn't see him. I just seen the guy wearing the jersey. We didn't realize that she knew him, but. So then we see him carrying Paddock's mask. So he
he won
didn't win it actually. Well, he won the jersey, yeah, and then actually his son won the mask. Like they have 2 younger kids.
Yeah.
And so Amanda's telling me the story. They bought 3 tickets for 10, and then the oldest son said, "No, I want to have my own tickets." So they bought 3 more, and he ended up winning it. So. So good on him.
Yeah,
so lucky couple of weeks for them.
Yeah.
So it was nice. They had all the players come out and sign the helmets and give them to the fans.
Cool.
Got a couple pictures with them. So
you pulled the trigger on a jersey. You're done with the draws. Screw the draws.
Yeah. Well, I wanted a white one to complete the collection. I got a blue, maroon, and white. So. There was only a couple of white ones left, so I grabbed Oxenen's.
Yeah, no, that was a good deal, and
it was only 300. Like 300's 300. Like some people think that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but I was like, well, I got some money saved up. I had some money set aside, and
and you talked to that guy on Sunday, asking you about it. And how much was he saying they were selling theirs for?
He said. Also, current jerseys were either $750 or $1250. There was no kind of in betweens or no cheaper ones. So, he's like, he said he couldn't justify that, and I was like, yeah. So he asked me what I paid, and I said $300. He's like, well, that's not bad at all. So I know there's more expensive ones which I wasn't going to pay for,
right?
But I did spend a few bucks trying to get the Lecition one, but oh well.
And you're that close.
Yeah, probably the farthest ticket away. Closest number, but farthest ticket away.
I know. Oh well.
So, but I'm happy with that one. Actually, I'm enjoying the white. I was never kind of a white. I'd always prefer color, but I mean, I've got the blue one, now the maroon and the white, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, it's nice. I like it too. And it's such a meaningful jersey too, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a Memorial Cup one. Like,
so, yeah.
I would just buy just whatever jersey for that much money, right? So
yeah.
I was speaking of jerseys, I was just keeping an eye on the Swift Current ones. They're kind of tribute the Swift Current Humboldt ones.
Oh, yeah.
They end on the November 2nd, but they're all over $300. They started at $200. But I mean, there's going to be people all over bidding on those ones because it's on CHL auction.
Oh, okay.
So
those will get up there.
Yeah, I don't know. Humboldt is going to be wearing theirs all year, so maybe they'll do something with theirs at the end of the year. So
right.
But I thought that was a really nice jersey, actually.
The tribute one.
Yeah,
it is. It's really nice. Yeah. When do they wear those?
They wear theirs on the 2nd, I believe it said.
Okay.
So if you're in the building, you might be able to get it right there.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be people from all over bidding on those.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that's about it. There's I tweeted out a Draft Geek article. One of the guys was at the Edmonton-STOON game, so he had kind of some comments and reports on some of the players, which was quite meaningful since we're playing both those teams this weekend. So it's kind of focusing on a couple of the good performances there, and a big kind of report on Kirby Dach. So yeah, he's going to be a top 10 pick by the looks of it. So,
Yep.
So that's the good thing about junior hockey, right? You can see all these guys, before they hit the NHL and how good they are already, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's about it, I think. I've got today, so.
Good, because my battery's just about dead, so let's wrap this up. We'll see you guys at the rink. Hopefully have some good games, watch some good players, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. See you guys.
Right on.
Complete win, top to bottom for the Regina Pats. Wasn't busy, but Max Paddock back to form again. Very good when he was called upon. Special teams was good in a hockey game. And you got contributions up and down the lineup. It's everything you could want in a hockey game, and a great way to get your first home win.